Hi guys, Tracy and Dax. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be recapping my favorite show, Married at First Sight Seattle. This is season 20 and it's episode 17. So let's just get right into it. But before we do, I have a second channel. I'd love for you to join if you're a true crime lover. Go follow us over there. Meanwhile, let's get into our recap. The couples retreat is not off to a very good start, not even in the least bit. Tori has a complete and total meltdown. Philippe just doesn't get it. The girls come together and they support their girl.
Everyone else's perception of you.
But who gives a shit about everyone else's perception is what I'm trying to say. What matters to me is your perception.
While Felipe is completely oblivious downstairs with the boys. Actually, though, something really significant happens downstairs. The boys realize their fault in all this, how they need to take accountability for what just happened. They were responsible for being part of something that really hurt Tori's feelings. They all knew after Felipe had made that stupid comment about wanting to continue to sleep with a bunch of different women, that she was hurting and she was vulnerable. And then they went hard on him anytime a question was asked, like who's most likely to cheat, who's most likely to do anything bad.
Most likely to never be ready for marriage. He's almost enjoying being deemed a womanizer.
In a relationship, they all pointed to Felipe right in front of Tori, and he just laughed it off. He wasn't even aware that her feelings were hurt, and this is what hurt her feelings, his reaction, not so much what was said by the other people. But they did take accountability for it, and they felt bad about it. And Philippe just continues to justify his behavior. Devin and Nikki have a really good talk about how they're having some similar issues in their relationships. Devin is not really all that interested in trying anymore. He's pretty much over it. I knew this was going to happen. I could see the writing on the wall. And Caitlin's pretty oblivious. She thinks they're moving forward. She thinks she's ready. And it's just been all about her. It hasn't been about Devin at all. It's about him going to Taylor Swift, the movie with her, and him doing the Harry Potter stuff. These things are kind of immature. So it's really shows you that she's immature, in my opinion, to still be into Taylor Swift and Harry Potter at her age. You can tell this has been happening slowly over time, and here we are. Felipe is sleeping on the couch where he belongs instead of going up and trying to mend his relationship with Tori. Maybe this was a good idea. Maybe he needed to sober up, but maybe she just needed some time to herself. I don't know. I think it was hurtful. You see her go out and check and find out that he's on the couch. He should have been trying to apologize. She wakes up puffy and sad, and it breaks my heart. Mecca was not saying the nicest things about his bride the night before. Again, I attribute this to drinking. Drinking's kind of like a truth serum, so you have to be aware of things that come out when people are drinking, because they're more likely to tell their truths then. It is truth serum.
Belle, your dream girl. No.
So what are you doing here then?
He was just like, you're pretty, but are you pretty enough for me? No.
Wait, what?
You just get fake boobs, or you're not into that.
She might be against that though.
Are you fucking kidding us?
I'm gonna be honest, this man is on thin ice. I'm thinking about how Belle is outside of this process. And Belle wouldn't put up with half the stuff she's putting up with now. I don't know what he's doing.
It seems like Devin and Caitlin just can't get on the same page. Caitlin tried flirting and telling her guy she's ready to be intimate, but he just did not take the bait. I think he knew she was flirting. He tries to play it off like he didn't, but I think he knew. It's just too little too late for him, I believe. Felipe is the one that's going to have to apologize here. The story that he didn't do anything wrong is not going to go over well with Tori, and it just shows that he doesn't understand and he's not ready for a serious committed relationship. Now, I think Mecca knows he's in the doghouse. He's really overstepped. And I think he was testing her because Bella Jolie's always been ride or die for him. She's always been in his corner. And she comes to his defense even when he doesn't deserve it, even when he's being bad to her. And I think he's lost a little bit of his appeal to her. You know, you want a safe person to be around, and he's not a baby. I mean, he's not her project. She's supposed to be a partner. They're supposed to be there for each other. When your own partner is saying stuff behind your back when you've been so great to them, it's pretty disheartening. I don't think Philippe is going to be able to charm his way out of this one. She's still reeling from the "I want to sleep with a lot of women" comment, and now this. And I don't think he thinks it's really that serious.
Everyone else's perception of you.
But who gives a shit about everyone else's perception is what I'm trying to say. What matters to me is your perception.
He thinks he can flatter his way or bat his lashes at her, or I don't know, but it's worked in the past. So I believe Caitlin's talk with Felipe might have opened his eyes a little bit and made him realize he is not considering her feelings. I mean, he's not even looking at her when he's making these comments, which makes you realize he knows he's doing something wrong, because he knows that if he looked at her, he would see the disappointment in her, but he won't even look her way when he's acting out. And she just wants him to consider her feelings. It's not really that much to ask. And he keeps harping on the fact, I don't care what other people think. But the fact of the matter is, it's how she feels, the way he's treating her and how he's treating her disrespectfully in front of people makes her feel bad about herself and her relationship. And that's what he's not getting. This is not about what other people think. This is about how Tori thinks. But he has a tendency to get wrapped up in trying to be the center of attention, and he forgets about Tori completely. She lets him know, you're supposed to be my safe place. I didn't expect this from you. I'm getting it all the time now. She reiterates she likes Philippe the way he is, but she just wants him to put her first. Who doesn't, right? Sean missed Nikki. And Nikki missed Sean. That's a shocker. I'm ready for him to act out again, though. He's been not being his true self, in my opinion. And everybody else has been acting out. So I'm kind of waiting for him to show his true self. Devin's really used to girls throwing themselves at him, I believe. And Caitlin is not that kind of girl. She wants somebody that's not going to break her heart again. So she's been very trepidatious because she sees this big beautiful guy as a womanizer, probably, and he's not that. And once she got to know him, she's like, wow, this guy's really great, but she's just taking too long to get there for him. And I really do believe he's already over it. I really do believe that. Michelle, she's gonna spill the beans about the stupid additional comment Mecca made about what his dream girl is and how it's not Bella and it's because of her figure. And you can just see Michelle's about to say it, but she needs to hear it. She needs to know what her husband's saying about her behind her back. Bella talks about how she has had an experience with this in the past, where her past relationships, they know she's super confident and she's got a lot going on for her. And for some reason, they believe they need to take that moment in their relationship to humble her. Like, she's too confident, she's too happy, I'm going to humble her. And she sees it time and time again. And that's what Mecca's doing as well. He's like, oh, I wasn't into her when I first saw her, but now that I get to know her personality, nobody wants to hear that. Go find your, get to know her personality somewhere else. Nikki tells the girls about Sean's comment because they're sharing about how these men are just so unaware. And she tells them about a comment that Sean made to her. He said, "You might be a 10 in Seattle, but you're like a 7 in New York." I don't know anybody in their right mind that would say that to their wife. That is expecting them to stick around, because it's just a horrible thing to say. And she says she sees him as a hurt little boy. I don't care. You're a grown-up, Nikki. You don't need a hurt little boy around. That's not the kind of relationship that's going to help you grow. You're not his mommy. And you want to be in a relationship with a man that walks around trying to hurt you all the time, or this tit for tat. It's very immature. It's something that I could see in a 20-year-old, but not a 48-year-old man, especially somebody who has a doctorate in education. That's scary. Mecca comes clean with the group that he was very disrespectful to Bella. They know, they hear it. They heard you be disrespectful. But he said a few things kind of under his breath to Bella. And she told him, I told him what you said. You said it. You got to own up to it. He needs to be more grateful to have been paired with somebody like Bella, who's absolutely perfect for him, and that could really make his ego rise as well as his self-confidence. And I really just like when people say I'm just being honest, because it's something people say when they've said something mean and hurtful, and it's their way of justifying it. And the reality is, there's no place for that in a relationship. There's no reason to break down your partner. You're supposed to build them up. And when you find a relationship where the other person wants to build you up, keep it, because it's the most valuable, wonderful thing that you could ever experience. Bella starts to stand up for Nikki in front of the group, and Mecca's aware that she's really talking about him. Michelle speaks up, and she says that nobody should be accepting of disrespect in their relationship. And Nikki actually kind of gets offended with Michelle, but Michelle's right. There's no time for that. You don't need to be in a relationship where you're disrespected. And none of these men, except for Cam and Devin, are treating these women well at all. They're very immature. I mean, Adam's being lovely with Marissa, but so I guess it's really just half the guys are being horrible to their women. Sean and Felipe and Mecca. It's sad, because these are some great women. They're just so blessed to be even given the opportunity. Adam and Marissa are so much more alike than I ever imagined. I mean, neither of them want the drama, and Marissa's trying to say, like, let's have fun, let's play a game. It's just too much drama around them for them to enjoy themselves. It's clear Bella is not happy with Mecca. She's always really good about communicating with him when there's a problem. When she's mad, and he's taken it too far, and she says, let's just see what happens now, because I'm feeling a different sort of way about you than I did in the past. Felipe was actually able to hold his tongue the entire night, which makes me wonder if it's the alcohol that was talking, or if he's just so afraid of losing her now. He's really not going to not be himself, though, for very long. Just like Sean, their true sides come out. Neither of these are what these women are looking for. They want kind, respectful man, kind of like a Devin or a Cam. Devin gets heated because Adam is egging him on. He starts to talk about how when he and Marissa went on a double date with Caitlin and Devin, how Caitlin was on her phone the whole time, which was really disrespectful. And Adam starts to point out, look at them over there. Look at Mecca flirting with your girl. That's not cool. And so Devin starts to watch, and it starts to get him kind of riled up. He's watching his girl give Mecca more attention than she's given him. And Mecca's playing with her hair. It's just completely inappropriate. He's overstepped with Caitlin. And Devin gets really mad, really pissed off. I'm glad they hadn't gotten intimate yet, because if they had, then maybe they would have put up with this kind of behavior, and he doesn't deserve the disrespect. I'm sad though. I really wanted Caitlyn and Devin to work out, and for him to help her get over her past wounds. She's gonna regret this. Caitlyn just likes to bulldoze Devin. She doesn't let him talk when they get into an argument, and this is a lot of the problem. He doesn't feel heard, and he doesn't feel appreciated, and he's not going to put up with it, because there's too many other women out there that will do all those wonderful things for him. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see y'all soon. Have a great week.